then there's just our usual assortment of, again, probably in the music field, but again, it is a prop, so we'll show it. More Nightmare stuff before we go down there. The wolf, the shock puppet, extraordinary. Again, for scale, you can see my hand and arm, how big they are. They're not little, a foot tall. These are so important. One of the highlights of the auction is the glove. This is Michael Jackson's illuminating glove for the 1984 Victory Tour. This is the only illuminating glove that will ever come on the market. There were only two that were made. Michael Jackson kept the other one from his suit of lights. There are other white gloves. One sold in Australia for 50 grand. It was a cotton glove, with some things on it that he threw to a fan. But this is the illuminating glove. I mean, this is, handmade by Ted Shell. So if you wanted the super iconic Michael Jackson piece, for Michael Jackson fans, this is it. Then we have, Sean Connery's Highlander sword. This is something that I think, again, is one of my favorite pieces because it's such a great thing. I sold the costume, but it's so great because, if you'd seen the costume, you'd know the fabric. It's such a great thing to actually have his hero sword. This is just such a great piece.
Yeah, there's incredible detail in the handle.
Yeah, and just to have everything with it, it's such a great thing. You never see anything from Young Frankenstein. It just really doesn't survive. I don't know why, but I've never seen anything from that movie. Maybe some bits and pieces. This is Frankenstein's. You can go to Frankenstein. This is the box with his family crest. There's scenes where he's in the coffin.
I saw this in the catalog, and I was surprised because I'd never seen anything from the film before either.
Really rare. And again, we got this from somebody who has worked in production. Such a great thing. You never see anything from this movie. And this is literally scene specific. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful.
So it looks custom made.
Oh, absolutely custom made, for sure. Probably one of a kind. But I mean, so if you wanted something, look, it is a box, right? At the end of the day, but it's still very, very cool. If you like that film, to have something like this, it's almost unheard of that it even exists.
Right.
So again, it's something that I personally like because I just think it's so cool. We have lots of stuff from Schindler's List. And then probably, my personal favorite is all the stuff from Transformers 2 because it's unusual to have stuff from a contemporary film.
Right.
And one of the coolest things we have is we have an 18-foot Bumblebee.
I saw that in the catalog and I was trying to visualize it.
Well, figure if my ceiling is maybe 9.5, 10 feet,
right.
He goes up a lot further than that. And they only made one of all of the bots was real. Everything else was CGI, and this was the real Bumblebee. It was used in 1 and 2. It's in the reservoir scenes and stuff. But we have the car from Transformers 1. Well, we'll take you in the other room. As we're walking by, again, another suite of just stuff from Nightmare Before Christmas. We kind of put similar things on display so people can see them. And then we'll take you in the big room. We're kind of just starting the display, so it's kind of a mess in here, but just to give you an idea, this is our Transformers beginning of a display, from the machine guns that were used in the beginning of the film when they're in China, catching the bad, a Decepticon, to, Megan Fox, Shia, probably one of the most famous costumes in the last 20 years of filmmaking is Michaela and the motorcycle with this rather skimpy costume. Again, all the hero costumes. And what's great about this is we have every costume change of every character in the film. It's an unprecedented opportunity. If you like this movie, it's right out of Michael Bay's Paramount archives. Everything is set. Everything has the costumers' tags. So if you like this film, I've never seen anything like this where you literally can get anything you wanted to. All the major props are present, all the major set pieces. It's just a great opportunity. And then G.I. Joe, here is the Storm Shadow costume, complete with the ninja swords, which is really cool.
And those are metal swords.
Metal swords, actually metal swords, and they actually get affixed in back how he would wear them. So this was a hero fighting costume, complete, 100% complete. Mask, boots, gloves. And then what's great about this is Rachel Nichols, a Shayna Scarlet. And what's cool is in here you can actually see the G.I. Joe, they actually have it in the fabric.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah, and again, to have, from such a contemporary film, to have, a wardrobe like that. And again, we've seen lots of these, the Austin Power pieces, Dr. Evil, Austin, very, very popular. This is John Turturro. This is his costume from Transformers. And then this is Leo, who I loved in the movie. This is his therealeffingdeal.com. How cool is that? And then, we have our Michael Jackson, more artwork, some of his fedoras. One of the most recognizable costumes, he wore this in the American Music Awards in '81. There's a million photos of him and Diana Ross with this costume. Must weigh 50 pounds. But
It's small.
Well, he was 6'1" or 2". 6'2". He must have weighed 120 pounds.
Yeah.
He had very long hands, very skinny, but very tall. Portrait of Michael Jackson. These are original Jackson 5. This is Little Michael. This is probably the most important Michael Jackson costume from the '71 Jackson 5 era. This is his screen-worn costume, but even then, to give you an idea how tiny he was.
Yeah.
But this is such a great thing. And these are all original Jackson 5 costumes. We have a lot of Michael Jackson stuff. And then we go into kind of like more contemporary things, Justin Timberlake, Fergie, Christina Aguilera, one of Elvis Presley's guitars. We have a complete Sally Field Flying Nun costume with a hat. And then, you guys are seeing this really in the rough. We're just starting to build the display so you can see kind of what it looks like from Stan Winston Archives. The Robert Patrick Hero, this one has all the squibs inside, so this was the fully functioning Hero shirt when he was shot. This is great. It must weigh about 15 or 20 pounds. When you open it, it's full of squibs. Star Trek, a Klingon from Star Trek, and just an assortment of wonderful things with this upcoming auction.
Wow.